Oh my God. Oh my God. PM is with us now and looking incredible.
Thank
Are
you.
those breasts I see?
Yeah,
You have breasts today.
I know. I had to be a lady.
Thank you for having breasts.
You're welcome.
You
I
look
have them all
incredible.
over.
I've enjoyed watching you so very much. You've got such a pure energy, and you make yourself easily accessible by being vulnerable. And it's been a joy to watch you.
Thank you.
Hmm. I was there was a couple weeks ago. There was some stuff on social media. I know Ebony was there. I saw a post saying "Leave PM alone." Was PM under attack and I missed it, or what was going on?
Oh, yeah. Always, though.
Why? What had you done?
Start. I don't know. I just think people don't like a weirdo winning.
Right.
That's okay, because it's gonna happen.
You've been a weirdo all your life,
Yeah,
and then you take the weirdo on national television and you do weirdo in front of everybody. It's not
yeah,
easy being a weirdo. You can get used to the criticism and the bullying and people picking on you and maybe the loneliness of that sometimes. But when you amplify it by going on national TV, what's that been like?
I mean, I have a degradation kink, so I'm like, give me your worst.
Humiliate me.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter to me.
I'm glad you
And
turned it into a
also,
kink. What a healthy thing to do.
yeah, I'm like, why not just like save these and read them later at night? Uh, no, but I don't know. I just don't take it. I like take my drag very seriously, but I don't take meaningless opinions seriously.
Well
So,
done. Good. I'm glad to hear
and
that.
also going into this, I knew that I sent four people home, and
Yes.
I knew that those four people were going to be beloved. So, I mean, people have their favorites, and that's okay. And I totally understand that too.
You kind of sprung it on us that you're such a great performer. I think you were really heavily discounted until you got to the lip sync part when you were in the bottom a couple times. And then you really showed up and showed us all that you were a fierce competition.
Thank you.
That must have been really satisfying. Did you know? Did you have that feeling like just wait until I'm in the bottom and I'll show you who I really am?
Kind of. I mean, you never really want to be in the bottom in
No, no,
drag
but
race. But performing is like why I do drag. So I actually remember that Sasha Colby once said, like, the worst thing that can happen by trying is that I get to do the one thing I love the most. So, I mean, I took risks and I swung big, and at the end of the day, I got to do what I love, and
made it to the final
I
four.
just like that. So,
I want to know how you got away with wearing horns so often because in say US version of the show, Michelle Visage, I believe, would have clocked you for having horns all the time because she doesn't like repetition. And yet
yeah.
you were able to repeat a theme, a signature look all the time without anybody saying switch it up.
Because I did switch it up and I wore seven wigs on this show. I wore seven wigs, and then each time I lip synced for my life, I wanted to send people home in the hoods. But I wore a lot of wigs
I
that
guess you
people
did
just,
wear a lot of wigs now that
I
I think
did.
about it, but the
I
horns
just
are
bought
so
them a lot.
ubiquitous and so you and so signature
Yeah.
that I think that every time you came out, it seemed like you had horns on.
Yeah. A lot of people thought that. And I definitely wore a number of wigs. But to send people home, it was important to me to send them home in the devil horns.
Explain the Bathhouse Raids tribute look. Now that
Oh,
all is said and done, and the
yeah.
drinking of the yellow water from a container that had, I guess, jock straps or underwear in it.
Underwear, socks,
Yeah,
soaked
talk
in
to us about
water.
that. Take us through your design process and your
Yeah.
conceptualization.
So as soon as I heard the perp walk thing, I knew I wanted to do something historic and historic to Canada and historic to the queer history of Canada. And as somebody who frequents sex clubs and parties and stuff, I wanted to bring that into it. So I knew that I wanted to do this gross kind of monster bathhouse look, kind of trudged up through like dirty socks and underwear leftovers. So I put a call out, and the city of Vancouver came through.
What?
And yeah, all the socks and things that were on that look were donated by
Oh
the
my
queers of the
God.
community.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And then
That's
I
kind of
don't,
hot.
yeah,
I have a friend who will watch this interview who will really get off on what you're just saying right
yeah.
now.
The ones in the jug, though, were my own
Oh,
socks.
thank
I
you.
didn't want to drink other people's nasty feet water. I'll just put
No.
these in my mouth. Um, but yeah, and then the drinking of the fluid, I just wanted to do like something that people think is gross.
Yes, you
I
do.
don't know. Queer people are often deemed as being gross. This incident was really gross, so I also just wanted to like do an action that matched.
Do you think that for straight people, you might have scared them the hell away from bathhouses forever, or the idea of what a bathhouse is and what goes on in a bathhouse?
Sure, good. They don't belong
Stay
there.
away. Stay away.
Yeah, no, I think everything I did was quite approachable. I mean, I don't know if I deterred people so much, but you know,
Well, you might have left a bad taste in some people's mouth.
yeah. Well, mine too, but
I love that they were all donated. The
yeah,
underwear and the jocks and everything you had on. I love that.
thanks. Yeah, it was yeah, hundreds of socks.
Did the people who donated know that that they were watching? Like, did you get in touch, say, watch this episode, your jock strap's gonna get
They did
famous?
after, yes, but I when I got the socks, nobody knew what they were for. I'm a weird artist, so they thought it was going to like some installation.
Oh, you're demonic.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. So what's it been like? You said you like going to sex clubs and you like to party. Now that you've got infamy from Canada's Drag Race, how has that changed? Has that been able to be something you can continue to do?
I mean, I've been really busy with work, so not as many like parties for PM to attend, but after the show's done airing, I'm gonna start venturing. I
Very
don't know.
good.
There's
Okay.
always a party.
You had a really vulnerable moment in the season when you talked about the death of your mom, and that you felt that because the when you were in the workroom, you could really feel her with you. Talk to us a bit about that.
Yeah. I it's been over 10 years now since my mom's passing, and yeah, I just felt like we were there a lot of the time with our own selves. Like you go back to your room at night to yourself. So just a lot of reflection and a lot of writing and a lot of like I don't know. I was kind of journaling to her like the memories. I was like, today we did this and like today we did that, and it was just yeah, and a lot of the jewelry I wear is hers. So she was like in everywhere I looked
Oh,
on
it's
set.
beautiful. I think because when you're in the workroom, you're in your joy, and when you have that kind of alignment, when you're in joy, you have access to so much more that's available to you in the world, like the feeling your mom with you,
Yeah.
and then when you're not. What did you come out of this competition learning about yourself?
Then I'm pretty strong. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you
I'm
surprised yourself.
yeah, I'm definitely strong mentally and physically. Yeah, I don't know. I never thought that I could be hit down so many times and be so resilient.
Do you
Yeah, it was
did you
extraordinary.
surprise yourself? Are you surprised you're in the top four?
No, no,
No.
I'm not. No,
Very good. Do you
no.
think others are surprised you're in the top four?
Sure.
You really don't care what other people think, do you?
No. I went in there with a mission, and I knew that at the end of the day, I'm a pretty strong performer, and I
What
think I showcased that.
what is ahead for you after this is all said and done? Come, I guess Thursday. This is the last
Yeah,
episode coming up.
it's the last episode.
Uh,
Performing, I just want to take off. I have a lot of travel in my calendar. So yeah, I'm gonna start venturing. I don't know. I want to take this little weird alien on the road.
will you always keep the mustache?
Oh yeah. It's a
Yeah.
good seat.
It's
I
that
can't get rid of it.
porn stash.
Yeah. I don't know. I like literally forget that I have it. It's people have been commenting on the hoods more than the mustache.
What's the comment when the feedback been like about the hoods and the horns?
Oh, people hate them, but
They
I
hate them.
absolutely love them. Yeah.
You're a real shit disturber.
Yeah, a little bit.
You like that they hate your horns.
Yeah.
Why do they hate the horns?
I don't know. I think it's that they hate that I don't do female illusion. I think that's it. Is that I'm not out there in a long wig flipping my hair,
Yeah.
but like that's not me.
Talk to us about the choice of not doing female illusion when you decided to become a drag queen.
Yeah. Well, I started drag also coming up on 11 years, and I did do female illusion for a bit. And I don't know, it just didn't give me the fantasy I wanted on stage. Like, I don't know, being a little bubbly weirdo is more fun
Who
for
you
me than
are.
wearing a bra and panty and flipping my hair. Like,
Right.
that sounds so unappealing.
Well, may you have your horns on forever. And you've been such a delight and a standout in the
Thank
show and in
you.
the cast. Really appreciate you coming on today, PM.
Thank you.
Have a great
I'll
day.
hopefully see you again soon.
I love that.
Yeah.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
See you.
See you.
Sean, Van is going to sign on right now. I got to make a call, so you just go right ahead.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Bye. We've got Van Goth coming up next.
Oh,
Oh, side view. We could do the interview this way.
I have to turn it? Okay, wait.
Just tilt our heads.
How do I do this? Oh my God.
I know you can figure it out.
Can I?
I do. I believe in you.
You're so real. Wait, I knew there's like a way to do this. Um, hello? Oh, LOL. Ugh. Ah,
Uh,
boom.
and ta-da!
Ta-da. Hi.
Ta-da, we have Van Goth in the house. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Really enjoyed watching you this season. You're a standout, obviously.
Yo, thank you.
Did you come into the season going, I'm going to be a standout?
I had a
You could say
feeling. I
yes.
had a feeling. I had a feeling. I think I knew what I was capable of, and I knew I have a big personality, and I knew that I always say how I feel with my words or also with my facial expressions. So I knew they would love me.
Did you become more of a big personality when the cameras were rolling, or was that the level you're always at in your private life?
I'm always like this. I feel like some of the girls definitely switched up when the cameras came on, but I was not one of them.
Say that one more time. I had to cough.
Some of the girls definitely switched up while the cameras came on, but I was not one of them.
Oh, who switched up when the cameras came on?
I think, well, not that she switched up. Star always has a big personality, but Star would get really crazy when the cameras would come on. And I think Hazel also got a little bit like turn the real dial up, not the fake television dial.
Right. I like that you answered that question. That's very Van Gogh of you to do. Right? A lot of people would have shied away from naming names.
You gotta say a name, name a name.
Are you the villain of the season?
I think villain is subjective, but if people want to call me the villain, I'll take it. I just think I'm the most honest one.
Does some of the things you say come from a place of insecurity?
I don't think so. I think they come from a place of competition. I think that in a competition, you should. I think a lot of people have commented on me being like, well, why is she mad about what her competitors say about me? And I'm like, well, it is a competition, and there is power in our competitors' hands. So I think sometimes you should vocalize if you think something's bullshit.
You said you didn't like being vulnerable. Do you wish
Shit.
you did say that? And who does? But you know, vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness.
Hmm.
And vulnerability draws people to us.
Hmm.
Do you wish you had been able to be more vulnerable and show people the softer side of Van Gogh?
I think I did. I mean, like,
You
I
did. I'm
think,
not saying you didn't. I'm just
yeah,
saying, would you like to have been able to do that
maybe
more?
more so, sure. I think that like vulnerability is a strength, and I think that I am a little bit scared of vulnerability. I am scared of like putting yourself out there like that. I also think I had one of the most vulnerable moments on the whole show of like disclosing my status.
Yep.
So I think after I did that, I think my emotional energy for vulnerability was a little low. So I was like, I don't know how much more I can do of that because that was really hard for me.
Well, yeah, you get that vulnerable as you did. I want to talk to you about that in a second. And then you're sort of like, okay, I can't. I'm drained.
Hmm.
I'm drained. So
And I think
you,
that sometimes it's like the girls wanted me to be vulnerable to them, and it's like I don't know what I could do in that scenario because it's to me it's like it is a competition, and I feel like sometimes being vulnerable to your competitors might also give them a reason to cut you, like stab you in the back after.
yeah, yeah. So you did disclose your HIV status and learning it fairly recently. For people who are listening to this or watching this who maybe missed that, could you take us back and talk to us about why you decided to disclose what you disclosed and the aftermath of that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that like what I said on the show about feeling like when I found out I was HIV positive about like 2-ish years ago now, I had no idea like what even I was like hearing, and I didn't know like what that meant. And my first question was like, oh my God, am I gonna die? And I think that a lot of TV shows and movies like kind of dramatize it in a way that's like one episode you are diagnosed, the next episode you're kind of really sicky, ill on your deathbed. And that's just not the case in modern day science. And
But you still thought it was possible that you might die.
of course, yeah, I definitely thought it was possible. I thought it was possible that my whole life would change and that I would never be the same. I would never be able to do things the same way. I would always be worried about my illness, or but truthfully, I mean, I take a pill and I keep it pushing, and I'm undetectable, and I just keep moving through life the same way I did before.
Yeah, I'm interested in this topic because we were several years apart, you and I come from a
Hmm.
generation where I saw my friends die,
Yeah.
and where it was a death sentence, and I'm HIV positive as well. But it took me years to go and get tested because I was so afraid of hearing I was
Hmm.
positive because it was a death sentence, and I was terrified of that. So I'm interested now in what it's like to be a younger person like yourself and be diagnosed. I know one of the things you were concerned a lot about was the stigma around HIV, which is
Hmm.
the big thing now. It's not about dying anymore, but it's about the amount of stigma that you're going to face. I wonder how much stigma you have faced, if
I think
any.
that I was really lucky in the sense that the first like handful of people I told, it was a great reaction and just like really full of like love from like close friends of mine. And then when I started telling people I didn't know, like casual encounters, like hookup encounters, they also were they were pretty good. So I was like, okay, I feel like I got a couple good ones under my belt. And I feel like because I got a couple good ones off the bat, the ones that were negative came later on that were just like I don't know, like off-putting and like yeah, filled a lot of stigma. I was able to, I think, brush them off easier because I had good ones to fall back on.
You had proof.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if my first couple had been negative, it maybe would have been a very different experience mentally. But and
So
then since
you
the show, also like since talking about it on the show, I've gotten the most amazing messages from people around the world who are also HIV positive and people who are telling me like I've never told anyone this, like, but seeing you talk about it on the show was so powerful and just like you completely encapsulated my feelings about it and yeah, just a really heartwarming messages.
I think the trick is to own it, and I hope that you are owning it.
Yeah.
And people can't come at you when you already own something.
Yeah, I think letting it go on the show was crazy because before that only like 10 people in my life had known and then I said it on the show and everyone found out there but it's felt like a good release and I think even you see that on the show in my face and my the way I'm talking about it I felt good to get it out.
You were also worried about the criminalization of HIV. And talk to us a bit about that.
Yeah, I think when I was diagnosed obviously you get a bunch of calls from people like public health etc and then I think they're just like downloading a lot of information on you and I think when the legal stuff started to come up, I was just very confused. Because a lot of it's just like, doctors getting you healthy, getting you on PEP and like getting you undetectable, etc. And when the legal stuff started to come up, I was just really confused and it just felt like I'll just never be in an I'll never get out of having to disclose in a sense. And not that I don't want to disclose, but it's just like always gonna have to have an uncomfortable conversation. And then people react weirdly and differently, and then how that kind of impacts you in like a legal sense. Like, am I gonna be arrested? Am I gonna be like scrutinized against? Like, what's gonna happen here?
But you know
I
better
think
now. You know better about that now.
yes,
Yeah, okay.
I
I
do. Thank
didn't
God.
know whether you were clear because in the show, you were not clear, and I wanted to make sure that you were clear that you're
Mhm.
okay.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure. But I think also like it's a lot of like people have all said like, oh, it's not like exactly the truth. And I'm like, yeah, it may not be exactly the truth, but that's what I was told. And I think that like in those scenarios, like when you're told something like that, you really stick, like you really hold on to that,
Yeah.
and it was scary
It's
for a
a
while.
it's a shame that it had to be done that way for you because that's an information overload to begin with. Just
Hmm.
learning the news that you're HIV positive and then people coming at you with the legalities of that, which are very nuanced. You have
Yes,
to
super
intentionally
nuanced.
infect somebody with
Yes.
HIV, and then you have a problem on your hands. But I'm enjoying this conversation with you because I think it's important for other people to see because there's so much confusion even around U equals U,
Hmm.
undetectable equals untransmissible, which you are. You can't
Hmm.
transmit the virus. It's not scientifically possible anymore. They can't even find the virus in you. And I
Hmm.
think that there's a lot of misunderstanding and lack of education around that. I know as a single gay man, when I hooking up with guys, there is stigma still around that. People don't
Hmm.
understand U equals U. And I think that's what you were talking about a little earlier when you were talking about you'd had a couple good encounters
Hmm.
before the bad ones. The bad ones, they were what confused about you being undetectable or didn't think that was enough. They wanted to be
Yeah,
with
like
someone
didn't
who's
think it
like
was enough,
negative.
weren't down with it, or just like rude or like yeah, I think just like a misunderstanding and not understanding like what U equals U even means. And then I feel like just like completely turned off by the experience, which is like, I don't know, it felt kind of
Uh,
crazy.
that's on
Um,
them. That's so
yeah,
on
yeah, it felt kind of
them.
crazy. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, to be honest, I'm like, if you feel that way and you think that way, I probably won't want to hook up with you anyways.
No, but that's the
Because,
point. That's
yeah.
the point. And you talked about the uncomfortable conversations. That's why I say you've got to own it because then if you own it, the conversations aren't as uncomfortable and people don't react to your discomfort when you're telling them about it, that you're
Hmm.
positive or
Hmm.
undetectable.
Yes.
What is going on with your drag after the show?
Uh, Great question. I mean, I want to keep elevating myself and keep like pushing myself to new levels. I think I did that going on the show, and I really elevated my drag from where I was before. I want to keep doing that. Want to put together shows. Really want to merge my love of like art history, burlesque, fashion, and kind of into like a one woman show of a kind. Yeah, I'd like go out there, work,
I think
do
you're
the
one of
thing.
those queens that we're going to be seeing for a long time to come. There's some queens you see on the shows, on different franchises, where you're
Hmm.
like, I'm not going to hear from you again. And then there's
Yes.
others where you know that they're not going anywhere. And I think you're one of them.
Thank you.
Do
Appreciate
you
that.
think you're going to win?
I do think I'm gonna win. I think I it was a lot in a lot of ways the main character of the season. I think a lot of things revolved around me. A lot of things. I also think I showed so many levels to myself. I showed vulnerability. I showed heart. I showed strategic. I was kind of a villain. I won the most challenges in history of Canada's Drag Race.
You did.
I think.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I had a really strong start and a really strong end, and a lot of heart in the middle. And I think that that is the run of a winner.
Well, and you had that monologue that you gave too, which I think, and I think other people probably have said this too, should be a lip sync challenge.
Yes. I have heard that
Unfortunately.
before. I would love like if they continue to do like the charisma, unique, conservative talent test in the future, that the charisma instead of the raps is like an untouched monologue, and they have to like
Right,
recite
right,
one. I think that'd be so
right.
fun.
Do you think you could have done the it was charisma, uniqueness, nerve, the nerve challenge last week, which was the monologue?
I think I could have done it, especially if I had lost the design challenge. I think I would have been at a very like low place, and I think I could have really tapped into that
Tapped into
emotion.
that.
I'm very happy I didn't have to do it. I did not want to do the monologue. I wanted to get my spot and move
Yeah.
forward. But yeah, I think I definitely could have done it.
I just want to say too, you're a beautiful designer, and I loved your looks. I
Thank
think
you.
you're very talented, and I hope it takes you far.
Thank you. I've been sewing for like over 10 years, so I think to
But you have an eye,
Yeah.
and you are merging your interests in art history and
Hmm.
your personal style and your statement as a drag queen. It's you do a beautiful job of that, and I just wanted to commend you for it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
I wish you all the best, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so
Th-
much.
Thanks, Van Goth.
Have a good one.
You
Bye.
too. Bye. We've got Ebony next. Well, 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 Ebony, can we check your sound?
Hi, hi, hi.
There we go. Ebony, as I like to call her, winner of season 6.
I like that name.
Do you like that name?
I do.
I've enjoyed watching you so very much this
Thank
season, and I just said that to Van Gogh as well. But I think you're going to win. Or put it this way, I think you should win.
you. Mm, mm.
Mm. How does that sit with you?
That sits with me very, very well. I'm wearing my evil eye, so I've been protecting myself from, and anything I don't claim, but I'm claiming it. I'm claiming it.
I love what you're wearing. You've got this beautiful wig on that's very sort of disco fever. You're having a moment there.
Mm,
Tell me about the journey you've taken in this competition because I feel like your trajectory has been the greatest of all the competitors. Who you, and this is true of everybody, the person you are when you start is not the person you are when you finish. But I feel you are the most changed of all the queens that I've watched this season.
mm. I would agree. I mean, I came onto that show with confidence and ready to like make my mark, but coming from a small town and like really like having to hustle to get your stage time and be seen, it just it makes you appreciate the whole process even more. And so yeah, I mean when I first came into now we're in the top four episode, I just think you see the finesse. There was a
Yes.
point where I just locked in completely and I said, yeah, no time for jokes here, even though I am hilarious. No time for jokes. We're going full throttle.
I feel that moment you just talked about where you locked in was when you performed work. I feel that lip sync will go down in drag history as one of the best ever. That's sort of when you were in aligned, when you were tuned in, tapped in, turned on all of a sudden. And that's when I think we really saw you as a contender for the top 4. Up until that point, it could have still been anybody really. But when I saw that lip sync performance, I became your number one fan and became your cheerleader and became a believer that you're going to be in the top 4. I think that was such an incredible performance. What's the reaction been on that? Because it lit up social media the next day or two. Oh, look at your
I mean,
face.
it's I feel like that was the moment for a lot of people. Like it, you know what? It was just I just felt it in that moment. Like first of all, a great song. Second of all, I was like, I gave them something a little bit more demure before, and I was like, all right, work. It's time to work. It's time to clock in and do the damn thing. And yeah, the reaction online has been fabulous. There's all these hundreds of thousands of fans that are like following you and commenting and know you because of this one moment that was just so delicious,
Because
like
it
that
wasn't
lip
just
sync.
a powerhouse performance. It wasn't just a big performance. It was very nuanced. It
Hmm.
had small details in it. And, God is in the details.
Yes, and I really wanted to show them something that maybe they haven't seen before, and just like the way that I move and captivate and spice it up. I just don't think we've seen girls do it like that.
No.
And I mean, proof is in the pudding. There's like fans doing these votes and things of the most lip sync assassin of the year. And like the day after the episode, I think I got voted like number 2 just behind Georges. And mind you, she's been on Drag Race for a few
A
years and
few
has had
times now.
And
um,
they just saw 3 lip syncs from me.
yes, yes. Tell me, please, that you feel your drag is good enough now.
Like of 100%, 100,000%. I mean, my drag was always good enough. And but for me, you know, I'm a perfectionist. And of course there's things that I wanted to refine or add or make bigger. And having this opportunity of drag race and just getting to do my thing, I mean, I feel like I'm just chef's kiss. Like I feel like it's exactly where I've wanted it to be.
I'm from a small town, and I get where your perspective was rooted, because you would have thought that maybe you're really, really great in that small town, but big fish, small pond.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you were coming from, weren't you? When you
Yeah.
arrived on Drag Race, would you be able to compete with other people from Toronto, for example? And indeed, you have.
And it's like it's just imposter syndrome because even
Yes.
coming from Niagara, I still performed in Toronto, but I was like not often. You know, sometimes the girls are working the strip every single day, multiple days out of the week. I'm just some girl who would come in and made good connections and got a booking here or there every once in a while and did my thing. So people knew who I was, but like I wasn't really anybody to them. You know, I wasn't
Yeah.
checking them. And I wanted them to feel not threatened, but I wanted them to feel that presence
Yes.
because
That
I
you
know
are
I am.
there and you're valid and you matter and you've got something to offer.
Mhm.
Do you think you're going to win?
I do. I believe it. I see it for me. And, I already feel like a winner. I already feel like a winner.
You
I've
have,
got so many great fans. I've told such a fabulous story. I've had, in my opinion, some of the best moments on a drag race, not just Canada. And yeah, I'm confident. I'm
I'm glad.
confident.
I'm
Mhm.
glad. You had a beautiful moment when you were talking to us about coming out to your dad and coming out as gay at first. I wonder if you could share that again with us, for people who missed that, who are listening or watching right now.
Yeah, so my dad passed in 2019 and I came out to him when I was in grade 11. And I remember he told me, I was 17 at the time, 16, 17, and he said, I won't believe you until you're 18. Because in his mind, that was like, I'm an adult. I have like a career path, a goal. So I had a little bit more like legs to stand on at that point.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he passed away before I was ever able to kind of have that like I told you so moment. But I feel like I
How
feel
do you
like
think
if
he would have taken it?
you know
That I
what
told you so.
you know what my dad is he was a hard ass, you know, like a big Irishman from Nova Scotia. He don't play, and he doesn't like being proven to, but he'll take it on the chin. And I really feel that if he was here with me today, he would have grown with me. He would have grown so much, and I know he would be like front row of my shows. Because for him, he just wanted us to be the best at something. You know, so I feel like he would have been really, really proud and grown with me.
So you feel you would have had full acceptance for who you are now?
Maybe not right away, but I know he would get there. Like if he was alive right now, I feel like he'd be okay.
What about the rest of your family? Do you have full support from them?
I do. My it wasn't right away, because not that they didn't support me, they just were
It's a lot to
confused.
take in.
Yeah. I don't think they ever thought, they had like they gave birth to 3 boys and were ready to raise the hockey players and the sports jocks, and then you have 3 very artistic children, and you have a very you had a child you weren't really sure about. Like I was just always kind of carving my own route, so I was always keeping people on their toes. And yeah, it was a little bit to get adjusted to, but they I have their support.
Was there a
My
tipping
mom's
point that occurred where you knew you had it?
with my mom, I always felt my mom's love very easily. So it was nothing to question with her, but my brother, my eldest brother, he he was like the stereotypical captain of the football team, getting all the girls, the player, the big tough man's man, like my dad's best friend. And um for him, he never was like the softest guy,
Mm.
but oh my God, did he turn into a teddy bear? I mean, he would sing to me and say he was my number one fan all the time. He'd want to come to my shows and support me. Maybe he wanted my drink tickets, but you know what? That's okay. But he just became like the biggest teddy bear ever, and that was just like I needed that so much.
Was there a pressure, self-imposed or otherwise, to represent?
Uh, mm, not I would feel like it was like I needed to rise to the occasion. I needed to rise to the occasion, being from a small town, representing my family and showing what we can do, representing all those like trans, BIPOC, queer people. Like I just felt like, you know, I had this platform. I have this platform to do greatness on and show what I can do and my perspective. And so I needed to like make that commitment to myself to do my best for them and for me.
What do you know about yourself now that you didn't know coming into Drag Race?
Ooh, I would say that you know, this whole process has kind of taught me to trust myself more. Because when you're on Drag Race, you don't have time to second guess or go back on a decision you've made. You just have to go for
When
it.
you've
And
got
so,
that little black dress, you've got to turn it into something else. You've just got to go and do it.
and did I was
And
it was
did thank you.
they weren't going to give me a new black dress. It was already getting cut up. So I just had to do it. So,
No, I hear you. I hear you. What do you want to say to trans people who are listening or watching this, who have been watching your trajectory and your journey, and have you in their sights as a role model now?
I just want to say that, I do this for us. I'm a very smart person, and I know you are too, and I know that there's just so much from the experience, the trans experience, that doesn't get to be shown. I feel like trans excellence is still something that is not shown a lot, and I'm here. The proof is in the pudding to show up for my community because they helped me so much. So I'm gonna help them and bring them to the table because there's room for everybody.
Ebony for the win, or I'm throwing a temper tantrum. It's as simple
Honey,
as that.
honey, girl, you better call up all the dance moms to come raid that studio and find them.
I've really enjoyed talking to you, and I've got my fingers crossed.
Thank you so much, Sean.
All the best to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
Take care. And we'll just wait on Sami. Here we are, just in time. You're in and out. Samuel Landry.
Hello. Oh, not the
Well,
government.
I don't think of you as Samuel at all.
Well, me neither. Not today. When I have all this gorgeous outfit on.
Look at you. Let's get a good view. Are you able to stand up?
Yes, absolutely. Hold on.
Show it
I'm
off.
not. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what the tea
Oh
is.
my God.
Oh, hold on.
Oh my God.
My
And
name is somewhere. There it is. That's my name. Hello.
there we
That's the
are.
I mean, there it is.
And is it pants we have on with that?
No,
It's
no.
not.
This is a dress,
It's a
mama.
dress. So sorry. I saw it going down one leg. My goodness. You certainly have come on with your own point of view about who you are as a drag queen, haven't you?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I feel like I have a very strong sense of self,
You
and
do.
I let that resonate.
I want to go back to that in a second, but I wanted to talk about your Acadian roots.
Yeah.
Because it's mentioned several times in the show, but I don't know whether people who are watching necessarily understand what Acadian means, the history of it, and I wonder if you would just share a little bit of that so that we understand what you're talking about,
Absolutely, yeah. So Acadians today, the Acadians of today, mostly live in the maritime provinces. A lot
especially
of
New
them,
Brunswick, right?
exactly. Most of them living in the strongest concentration living in New Brunswick, and were the descendants of the French colonists who did the whole Acadia colony in what is today Nova Scotia, and a very turning point in our history as a people, and that's still, we still identify with today is the great Le Grand Dérangement,
Yeah.
which is the deportation in 1755 when Nova Scotia became Nova Scotia, British.
Dérangement sounds so soft compared to what really happened.
Exactly. Well, when you know what that means in French is it means like a derangement.
Yes.
So it is what is now a British controlled colony, Nova Scotia. They were like, you know what, these French speaking people, and we are at war with France, we don't trust them. So they deported like so many of the Acadians that went village by village, putting people into boats, separating families, mixing them up. A lot of people died. And then the Acadians that are the reason why we're still in the Maritimes today is because after that, many years later, we were allowed to come back, and so we came back and developed this culture that we have today of being still francophone, keeping the culture that we had built, not letting that die out, and and a big thing that we identify with is kind of silly, but a big identifier of being Acadian is that we are not Quebecois. So it's kind of in the same way that a lot of Canadians traveling abroad, we identify ourselves in the negative by saying like, well, we're not American. So
Yes.
big thing for Acadians is to also say like, well, we're not Quebecois. So because a lot of people when I travel or when I leave or when I go around and I say I'm French Canadian, they will say, "Oh, like from Quebec," and I'm like, "No, ma'am," because Quebec
That's where I
had
wanted to go with this and make sure that it was clear.
exactly because Quebec is its own colony, has its own history, has its own culture. Of course, we're still both French Canadian, so there it's not like two wildly different cultures, but Acadian culture and what I grew up with is very different from Quebecois culture. And it's two things that evolved completely separate from each other.
And you said this, I think, last episode that Acadians have a joie de vivre. That I agree with you when you say that. And where do you think that comes from? Because I believe it informs your drag.
100%. And I mean, I could say I'll just say it from my point of view. I didn't study in this specifically, but I genuinely believe that that comes from the Great Deportation. That comes from the oppression that we've had for, up until the 1960s. We were still very oppressed in the sense that, we didn't we were very impoverished. And so with all those hard times, generations after generations, people ch can choose to find humor. And I think that humor I genuinely believe that. I genuinely believe that humor is a huge part of Acadian culture. We
Yes.
when we speak, we make each other laugh. It's just in small talk, in regular conversation, we say things, we'll find a way to turn a phrase, just like make the other person laugh because we just know we know that our accent is kind of funny. We know that the way we speak is funny and we lean into it. And so I think the not taking things too seriously comes from our history as a people.
And I think that's part of your charm and part of what got you to where you are. I think you probably took, especially at the beginning, a lot of people by surprise. Maybe discounted you at the very start, first few episodes.
Mhm.
Are you surprised that you're in the top four?
Yes and no, because I at the end of the day, I know that what I did every single week to get myself there, like I know every step of the way through every episode, through every challenge that I attacked it through like, okay, well, what can I do to make myself go further? At least it was either what can I do if I felt confident, it was like, okay, what can I do to win this? Or if I felt like it wasn't up my alley, it was like, okay, what can I do to at least like survive and and see how good I can do. And so by doing that week after week and it working it out, I'm like, well, yes, it makes sense that I made it to the top four because I know that I really did my best in every aspect of the show.
What was the hardest part of Drag Race for you?
How quick it is. And it's the hardest part, but it's been so it's enlightened me as a person a lot because I find that I know that I'm someone who's I take my time. If I have an idea, if someone gives me an idea, if there's a project, like I sit on it and I chew on it and I'll be like, I could do this or I
That's a
could do
luxury,
that.
though, isn't it?
It is, and I know that, and Drag Race completely shakes that up. So it's like, here's what we're gonna do, and you are doing it now.
Mm.
And so it's all about, okay, what can I do? This is the choice that I'm making. It might be wrong, it might be right, but here's my choice, and I'm sticking with it. That has been like that was the hardest part, but it's been the greatest lesson as well. Like that I've taken with me in my career since doing the show. That it's like, okay, well, it's way better if I just pick it, stick with it, and go like stay in that lane
Hmm.
and go do everything to go to the absolute end of that lane, wherever it takes you.
You're part of the Weirdos group,
Yes.
and I would guess that you've been a weirdo all your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not always. It can be a very lonely place to be a weirdo. I'm a weirdo.
Hmm.
What was it like to take your weirdness and expose it on national television? Did you get positive feedback,
I'm gonna
or
really
was the,
well, I'm gonna say like I feel extremely lucky because like I've seen so many positive feedback, I kind of build myself up, knowing that such this is such a big platform that you get good and bad out of it. So I built myself up, getting ready to like receive hate if it came my way or receive, just negativity. Um, but like I've been receiving so many positive things, and it's really
wonderful?
yeah, it's been really great. And so it's been really encouraging. And of course, I've seen some negative things about me, but at the end of the day, like I to me when I see that, I'm like, okay, well, like I don't care. Like I really choose to let in what I want.
That's really
I
good
don't let
because
that affect me. Yeah.
that's a slippery slope reading the reviews and reading what people have to say about you because the positive things are never good enough and
Yeah,
the the negative things keep you up at night.
absolutely. Yeah. It's a bottomless pit too, Like if I were to go at it just looking for the positive reviews and just going one after the other, like it's at no point will I be like, okay, that's enough. I've
There we
written like
go. I feel Phil.
I feel yeah, it's that's gonna be endless.
They're
So
never enough.
it is knowing if you're gonna go read it, at least know what you're looking for. I just like
Yeah.
to I still go look for it. I still go read it because
Just put your hazmat suit on first.
Exactly. I know that I'm just looking at it because it's fun. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
it's I want to see like I want to see what the people are saying. Because like if I go in it wanting to validate myself, well, it's game over, you know.
How did you surprise yourself in this experience?
By sticking it through. My, because you know, every time a nail would pop off, every time my makeup wasn't what I wanted it to look like, literally in my head, I was like, should I quit? Should I just leave?
Did you
Because
think that?
I do, I mean, it's awful to say, and I hate that I
It's
am
very
that way.
honest of you to say that.
It's true. I don't like I think that I had to be resilient because and again it's honest and I can say it because I know that it's a great lesson that I've learned. Like I
And you wouldn't have been the only queen to think that along the way.
yeah,
They might
yeah,
not admit it.
yeah. No, I'll fully admit it. It came through my head a lot of time. I didn't act on it, of course, but so many times I would be like, this is too much. Like I don't think I'm cut out for this. I should maybe just maybe if I just leave, no one will know.
I just tiptoe out the building. I'm not
Yeah,
doing
for
this
real.
anymore.
For real. But like, you know, it's a thought, but the greater thought was like, well, okay, no, I can't do that. What can like like it's I have to stay here. Like there's no choice. Like quitting is not an option. So
Mm.
okay, I have to face this because again, like I am someone who, if things get tough, I know I like will be like, okay, bye. And that's how I've lived my life a lot. So that's also a great lesson by doing the show is like how to face things head on because there's no other choice.
What was your toughest moment?
Toughest moment was definitely episode 2 when I was in the bottom because I felt the from the moment that we started the first episode the first challenge when we did the song and all that from that moment I felt like I hadn't landed. I was very like I was very nervous and it was very hectic and I was feeling a lot of emotions. I was feeling like, oh, this very it was very overwhelming. And so I feel like I hadn't landed. Then we start episode 2, and then I do the challenge, and I was like, oh, I think I did pretty good. And but I was still like kind of in a weird headspace. And then when I'm on stage, and it's like, oh, I'm in the bottom, and I just started spiraling in my head, and it was hard because like we've just discussed about like having to face things head on in my head, a part of there's the thought came up of like, oh, well, like, I don't want to be here.
Right.
But then the greater thing was like, well, no, I have to be here and I have to face the fact that I'm in the bottom and there's a chance that I might lip sync and I have to go there and do it. And it was really tough. It was very confronting and it was I feel like so many insecurities that I didn't know I had bubbled up. And so it was like a sort of like not to go too deep, but it was a sort of ego death in the sense that like I came in thinking like I would do a certain way. I th came in thinking the experience would be a certain way, and then of course when you get there, it's not that at all. And so I had to live that ego death and like kind of go through that ego death literally on stage through lip
Yeah.
syncing
I don't think
to
that's
be
too
able,
dramatic.
yeah, and then to be
Mhm.
able to rebuild myself after that.
Do you think you'll win?
I think I have a solid shot for
Yeah.
real. Like I think I've proved myself to be professional, first of all, and but I think I've proven myself to be someone who if given the job to represent the show as a winner, to take that job very seriously while also not taking myself or life too seriously because that is kind of what I've built my whole brand on is like let's just laugh about it. Let's just enjoy as crappy as things can be, we can find enjoyment in it. And to me, I've built my whole brand on fun. Like, you know, I think when people resonate with me is because I think I give I exude this thing like we want to hang out together. I think if you're able to do that, then that's winner.
Very approachable.
Yeah,
Very
and so
approachable.
to me that is very winner.
Well, listen, I wish you the best of luck. You've been a really bright light this season. I've really enjoyed watching you so much.
Thank you so
And thanks for
much.
coming on today. I appreciate it, Sammy.
My
Samuel.
pleasure. Yeah. Exposed.
All the best.
Thank you so much. You too.
You're welcome. And thank you for watching.
Thanks, Sean. Sorry.
That's okay. We're at the tail end now. You can come on if you want.
Oh my God. I just wanted to say thanks. That's all.
Thank you. Thanks to you and to TL for all of the madness and all of your help making all this happen.
Of course.
Appreciate
Appreciate you. And we'll see you on
Likewise.
Friday.
Okay, amazing.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.